The man who died in a house fire last night ran back into the flames to try to save his sister-in-law. The Anderson County Sheriff's Office says he pulled his wife to safety but didn't make it out when he went in a second time.
This all unfolded around 5:30 yesterday. The house is on Scott Brogan Lane near Rocky Top. Fire investigators were again on scene today, but the Sheriff's Office says they don't suspect arson. When
firefighters pulled up to the scene, they had to decide whether it was safe to attempt a rescue. 10 News reporter Cole Sullivan spoke to firefighters who say that choice can haunt a department. Cole.
Robin and John, when firefighters arrived, they say the home was engulfed in flames. They couldn't rescue the two people inside. The Sheriff's Office says Gregory Gremillion pulled his wife from the flames last night and then went back in to save his sister-in-law. The Sheriff's Office says she had special needs. Neither of them made it out. Other fire departments say that the decision of whether it's safe to attempt a rescue is one that can haunt firefighters.
They may have nightmares for a while. They may have them for a long time. So it can affect them mentally as well as physically, because obviously we know that some of the mental conditions that you can have can also affect your physical state as well.
He says larger departments often have resources to help firefighters cope, but the departments that responded last night were much smaller. The woman who was pulled from the fire is listed in critical condition at UT Medical Center. She was flown there by helicopter. Firefighters say their training helps them evaluate whether they can make a rescue attempt. And coming up at 6, what factors they say can make that attempt possible or not, and the split seconds they have to make that life-saving decision. Robin and John.
Cole, thank you very much.